profit, muscle.
Yo, Game, apologize to 50 and Eminem. Yo, Buck, apologize to 50. Banks, you know what it is. And we can go get this money. Let's get a couple of million. Let's get 30, 40 million. We don't even got to talk. You stay in your dressing room. You stay over there with Wack and all them. And we stay over here. And we get this money. Let's get a couple of million. We could probably... What you think, Murder? We can run up like maybe G-Unit 15. Fifth will never do it.
That's Queens get the money.
Fifth will never do it. But we could probably get some money.
Why?
Watch now, Tony Yayo fires shots at the game. Catch me with my commentary at the end, I'm Prophet.
You know, Game is bipolar, man. Like, one day he's this way, on the next day he's the next. I mean, when you got a group like G-Unit, we sold millions of records, you got a lot of egos, you know what I'm saying? And from Buck and Game, I think they should have just learned how to control them egos, you know what I'm saying? Like, in their eyes, they got jealous. To me, they got jealous of 50, you know what I'm saying? And like, they'll say, oh, Yayo's, he's up under 50 ass, or he's 50 yes, man. Nah, it ain't that. It's just I don't have no hate in my blood towards anybody. I never had no hate in my blood towards Game or Buck. But, you know, when we built a brand, G-Unit, we're selling millions of records. Like he said, yeah, we was the Beatles. Selling millions of records. And then you decide, I want to be, if I go against, because anybody, let me tell you like this. In the group, let me just keep it real. I don't even want to give you the runaround. You're either going to be down with 50 and be below him a little bit, but you're still traveling the world. I just came back from Ireland, Switzerland, and Turkey, so I don't care what nobody says. Or you either could go against him and get more publicity. Because like Buck and Game, when they went against 50, they got way more publicity. Way more people want to interview him and want to know what's the beef with 50. So they gained more interest than me. But I never went, if I was to flip on 50 today, and I'll say this in plenty of interviews, it would get me more media than me being down with him. But I'm not a snake. You know what I'm saying? So Game started the G-Unit thing, try to hurt the brand. I mean, come on. People respect the movement. They respect when they see dudes from the hood that came from nothing accomplish something. Not knock each other when we get to the point where we all got money, houses, cars, kids, bills. You know what I'm saying? Now we knocking each other? Come on, man. From the beginning, you just used us to get to where you got to get. You know what I mean? Because 50 could have, at that point, he could have gave me Game whole album. And I could have sold 5 million. So I think Game should have been the last person to flip. Because 50 did way more for him than anybody out the group. He wrote you 7 hit records. 7.
Game, right? You introduced Game to the world the first time.
Yes, it was. I got in trouble for that, too.
50 didn't like that, yeah.
He wasn't signed to G-Unit.
It wasn't 50, it was Dr. Dre.
Oh, yeah, Interscope.
Yeah, well, Game, I remember that whole shit. I remember I was in the W, that whole shit, and he was telling me, yo, they about to sign me to G-Unit. You did, but as soon as they sign me and I get platinum and all that, I'm doing what 50 did to Ja and all this type of shit. I'm like, you sure you want to do that? He's like, fuck that, blood. I like, this nigga is crazy. This is crazy. And now I'm looking back, it's just a part of history to be like,
yeah.
I heard him say it before he even initiated the wild shit. I remember when he took the watch from Jacob, like I just left out of Jacob's shit with the watch. They told me to hold it. I ain't going back with this one. I'm going to the West Coast Jail. But that's what you do when you a brand new artist and you start popping and they giving you everything in the industry and all these stars. But yeah, man, Game is a great friend of mine, man. I first heard about Game. They told me he was Eazy-E's son.
That was the rumor.
He from the East Coast.
Yeah.
There's blood on the West Coast. His name's Game. Because he had the tattoo, Eazy-E on it and all that. Like, yo, Eazy-E's Tommy busting. I'm like, find him. Find him. Find the blood. He blood, find the blood.
He was blooded out at the time, Jim.
He just got on the phone, bring him to New York, take him to the studio. Jewels was there. Everybody was there. Picked him up from the airport. Him and Fort Bent. God bless. Rest in peace, Fort Bent. And we just went ham. So he had already had his deal. But they didn't know they wasn't sure what to do with him at Interscope, and that's why they signed him to G-Unit to give him some validation and some, you know what I mean? I remember that whole shit.
But interestingly enough, at that time, him and Game was going through some issues. You know, him and Game was going through some issues, and me and Game got a pretty good relationship as well. And Game needed some records from me, so I had this crazy record that I had for Game, but I felt it would only be right if I reached out to 50 first. Because it wouldn't make sense for him and 50 to be going through what they're going through, and me and 50 having a relationship and then also having a relationship with Game, but just ignoring what they're going through and just go do that and work with them. You know what I'm saying? So I reached out to Fifth and I went to see him, played him the record, and said, "Listen, you know, I want to do this for him. I just want your blessing on it because I understand what y'all dealing with." And 50 was like straight up, like, "Man, you know, I always wanted good for the kid. Like, we just didn't click the way it was. But, if you want to do it, it's on you. But I just appreciate you bringing it to my attention because that shows me that somebody like you is somebody I could actually be cool with. You know what I mean? Because you actually understand the politics of just human relations."
Yeah, and that's a lot of people. A lot of people wouldn't do it.
They don't do that. You know what I mean? So, and then and when we was at Record Plant, I explained Game, same thing. Look, I brought 50 before I brought it to you to listen to it. He's like, "Oh, that's all good. He the boss, nigga. Whatever. Let's go." So it became great. The record never came out though, but the record was a fucking smash. It was a fucking smash.
Is this somewhere in the ether?
I got it. Okay. I definitely got it, and hopefully one day we will put it out, but. I'm gonna let the smoke clear first.
Okay, yeah, we'll see. What happens.
See, that's the problem with the Game and 50. Jealousy. And jealousy always separate us brothers. And that's the problem with the whole society, man. We can't work together. We always gotta use each other. You know what I mean? Instead of helping each other and building together. That's the problem with the whole society, man. We just destroying each other instead of building together.
Roger, tell these subscribe to the Prophet channel.
Oh, they got you.